Hi, today I'm here to talk to you about the dangers of drinking alcohol in excess. I would have a person here with me, but he was reluctant to do this, and I'm actually unfortunately, a bit of professional on it myself when it comes to usage of alcohol. My husband is now 4.5 years recovering alcoholic, and during our time of his drinking, I had my own personal struggles with it as well. Every year, according to the CDC, there are 75,000 deaths related to alcohol consumption. Approximately 35,000 of those are motor vehicle crashes, other mishaps that happen from falling off a ladder to four-wheeling accidents to things like that, of that nature. Sorry. The other approximate 40,000 are related to cirrhosis of the liver, cancer, other diseases that are caused by alcoholism. There are 4 stages of alcoholism. There's a warning stage, a point where you feel like you're drinking for fun, you're out with your friends, you're having a good time, you're kind of bragging at yourself on that point about how much you can drink, that you can outdrink your friends, you can outdrink your family members, you can outdrink your coworkers, and that kind of becomes your medal of honor. Past that point, you move on to a danger phase. This is usually the beginning where you go to parties, you may sneak a couple of drinks while nobody's looking. People kind of started talking to you about that they're worried that you have a problem. You may drink several drinks before you even get to the party, so you don't have to spend as much on alcohol. Once people kind of start nagging on you about things like that, then at this point you kind of steer clear about talking about alcohol altogether, talking about drinking, talking about your drinking problem especially. This has usually led to the 3rd stage of alcoholism, which is called the crucial stage. At this point, anytime in the past you've been able to drink and stop drinking whenever you'd wanted to. Now it's come to the point where you almost depend on it daily. You crave it, you look for reasons to drink, you seek out parties, you seek out other people that drink, you look for social situations that are acceptable to drink in. It almost also becomes at this point where you're going to either pull yourself back from the edge or you're going to completely go off the cliff. You're at the point where you start to feel like you're physically dependent on it, you drink more than you used to, you start to avoid your family, you start to avoid your friends, kind of become a social introvert. Really just kind of hanging out with nobody but yourself, consuming drinks at home, consuming drinks in your car. Oftentimes people consume drinks at work. Most of the time by this point you've either lost your job or you're close to losing your job because you've become unavailable. You can't make it to work because you're hungover. You have excuses for why you drink. You're stressed out. You need to relax. Things of this nature. The last stage of alcoholism is the chronic stage. By this point, you are completely physically dependent on alcohol. Your organs have become dependent on it. You cannot function without a drink. You cannot wake up in the morning without having a drink. You can't make it through the day without having a drink. Pretty much your whole waking hours are spent drinking. Your periods of intoxication are longer. Your periods of blackouts are longer. You wake up when you wake up. You don't maybe not know where you are, how you got there, what you did the night before, who you were with, who you talked to, what you said. These things become more or less amnesia type of deal. By this point also you are in severe medical crisis. You are at the point where you can have cirrhosis of the liver. You've caused organ failure, organ damage that can lead to organ failure. Ultimately you can die from this. People have died from this. People die from this, like I said earlier, every year. 40,000+ people a year die from chronic drinking habits, from their liver failing them. Also, if you drink alcohol to the point where you need a liver transplant, you're not eligible to be on a transplant list if you're an alcoholic. They will not put you on it. So it's important by this point that you seek the help that is available for you, not to try to quit on your own. Your body is so physically dependent on alcohol by this point that if you try to quit on your own without any medical intervention, that could ultimately kill you. That could lead to seizures. Your organs start going through withdrawal because they are so physically dependent on this alcohol that they get every day. They become dependent on it. So when you just quit automatically, they're not getting what they need anymore. They begin to go into their own rhythm of problems, of not cooperating the way they should, not working the way they should. You're going to vomit, you're going to have diarrhea, you're going to not eat, you're going to not sleep, you're going to shake. You're going to have all kinds of problems. Like I said, ultimately that could lead to a seizure, which could lead to death. This has to be your rock bottom moment most of the time before you reach help. Fortunately, there are many, many, many available sites to get help. There are many websites to visit. There's always an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting that you can go to that can get you the names and numbers of rehabilitation centers. My personal opinion, if you're at this point and you're not sure where you should go to your local hospital, go to the emergency room. They will get you help. They will get you the right resources to get you help. There's help available if you want to take it. You have to want to take it. You have to want to be 100% on board with it and getting better. Because at this point also, it's not only affected your life, it's affected the lives of people around you. It's affected your parents, it's affected your siblings, it's affected your spouse. It's taken over your life. It's ruined your life, guaranteed. So with this information, I hope that somebody has maybe either touched base on a problem that they think they may have, or a friend or a family member may have, and be able to get the appropriate help that they need. There's always somebody that's willing to help you. Alcoholics Anonymous is an awesome place to go for people that need help to get you to the right place. In this information for the speech, I used the 4th edition of Alcoholics Anonymous book. I went to the websites for the CDC.gov, riseabovetheinfluence.com, and MSNBC.com for their polls and statistics on the death of alcohol every year. Thank you.